Alright, so closing this battle out, round 3. Henny, who you got?
Round 3, I had it 10-9. Again, in the building, 10-9 Edge Fizzle.
That's how I had it.
Uh-huh.
I had 10-9 Fizzle. I felt like by then it was like, all right, now Fizzle is closing it out. And like he took kind of like the veterans route on the third. I'm gonna get through this round because my main angle has been we home run that. We got that out the way. So now that we got the intro, the body, and the closing, I'm gonna just close this out as a vet. So he did enough to get, do name flips. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and take my 9 round. If it's gonna be a round judge, it's gonna be a 9 regardless. Whether I win or lose, it's gonna be a 9.
Right.
And Introverse came with a round. It's just he missed it by a little bit.
And I'm gonna point out what he missed.
He missed it by a little bit.
Because alright, so look, let me take it back to that night real quick. Remember how I was scrambling and I was like, bro, I just sent my scores in. I came up to you and I was like, bro, I just sent my scores in. What you have, bro? And we all was struggling with that round. And like the problem with that, not the problem, but the struggle with that round is they both were really good. And the reason why I edged it to Fizzle was like Intro had like an abrupt end, whereas Fizzle had a like very, even if it was an obscure ass punch, he had an ending. Whereas Intro just seemed like he just veered off at the end. Like and just on one line. But like us as like battle rappers, we looking for that one line at the end to be the line.
That's what they constitute, closing the round out. That
yeah,
matters.
it felt like Fizzle closed it and Intro didn't. But they both had such good fucking rounds, dog. I was pacing, dog, like trying to figure out that fucking round. I was like, bro, I don't know. And I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with my gut. Like that shit threw me, bro. That was a good ass battle. That was a good ass battle.
I agree.
So overall, y'all still think Fizzle won?
I think Fizzle won, but not in a way like, all right, so you and I had a conversation, and one of the things that you mentioned, first off, can I say this before?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So you said that you feel like Intro got slighted.
Yes.
When I hear that Intro got slighted, that means to me that Intro lost clear, and it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was not that.
It's a matter of numbers. And this is one of those things why we say you never leave it to the judges.
That was a swimming contest.
And that was one. You know, man, you said
that. That was a
judge by what we hear, not by what you think.
That was a swimming contest, dog, horse race, whatever you want to call it, and you got to play the camera back 3-4 times.
It's one of those, when people run the race and one person's shoe was on the line, but the other person
literally, you got to run that camera, dog. Like
you got to keep running it back, and you see she won by that much.
And we having to do that on the spot.
Like, what you said is, if somebody said someone got slighted, that means that I thought that the person that I said won clear. No, I think what people have to be considerate of when you say someone gets slighted, and this is in anything. When we talk about, I hate this about boxing as well, and because Southpaw is scored the same way boxing is scored, you're going to end up with some of the same feelings, but you got to be careful when you say that, because essentially when you think someone got slighted or robbed, essentially what you're saying is that the person you think got robbed clearly beat the other person. It was so obvious that they beat them that someone had to steal rounds or steal points from them in order to make them lose.
Okay.
Which I don't think
that happened.
In this battle you can say that either way. And I think a lot of that happens in battles, that happens in battle rap, that happens in boxing, where if you have a close battle or a close match, people will say the person that they thought won got robbed. When essentially it's like, when it's this close, it can fall either way. Right. Now we in a realm of subjectivity.
And one thing I'm looking at with it is, okay, lyrically and as far as actual, content, punches, whatever else, okay, yeah, y'all battle on the same level. But Fizzle, you choked more than once. You stumbled, choked, took too long, whatever you want to say, more than once, and it lasted for more than a few seconds. You did take out your phone to look at it, and then you look physically defeated by your own line.
So I get you.
So that would have tipped it for me.
I get you. Real quick, I got you. I get you. But I think the difference is because you got 3 battle rappers in a room, we can describe the difference. And what I mean by that, right, is you got a clear mistake in the first versus him pulling vet moves the rest of the time. We like, and even you just
now be careful because you're not gonna show you.
Yeah, but
when you
it
say
wasn't
vet
just one
moves,
verse.
you gotta be kind of that requires you to also tell what the vet moves are or were. I think really for me in the room as a person that wasn't judging the battle, I felt like at the end of the battle, I felt like Fizzle won. Like I just felt like Fizzle won. First round, yes, the stumbles were there. I definitely didn't think he won that round. Mm-hmm. But as the battle progressed, second and third round,
he stumbled in the second too.
His level of writing.
See, the thing is, his level of writing. Fizzle is when we call Fizzle, you gotta be careful calling certain things stumbles with Fizzle because Fizzle has a very unorthodox. It's kind of like Drunken Master at times with Fizzle, where it looks a little awkward, a little off.
Yeah.
But it really is just kind of how he is presenting himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I felt like second round, third round, you got Fizzle.
He was writing.
He was I felt like even Introverse felt like I'm looking at the master.
Of this style.
Yeah.
My style.
Of what I want to be.
I came here to stand in front of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to stand in front of this. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the lashing
that I asked for. I'm getting what I asked for.
And that's why you won't hear Introverse mad about the decision.
No.
He's been in a disagreement about decisions before. You know what I'm saying? Or they may not have set, or that didn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to redeem myself for that. For this, he wants to redeem himself, but it's like, yo, I signed up for that.
Yeah.
I got what I signed
Intro
up
went
for.
into that battle saying, I am leaving it on the fucking floor, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I am leaving it on the floor. That's what Intro's whole body was about that shit.
So I feel like I don't feel like he felt like he took a L that that was undeserved. I felt like, not saying he took it. When I say this, I want to be clear, not like, yo, I'm getting my ass whooped.
No.
I mean it in the sense of like,
I'm
throwing you my best rounds. These are the best rounds I've written to this date.
Like, I'm not just happy to be here, but I'm about to leave it on the floor.
King Fizzle I'm a fan of. And because of that, I think this room feels like you're a notch above. You're bringing this just a notch above what I'm bringing, and that's how I felt as the battle progressed. Mm-hmm. Yes, it started off rough,
right?
But from second and third, I felt like Fizzle stepped on the gas, and he showed it was it was just a presence that he showed.
He was
outclassing.
He was outclassing him. So it's those things matter. If you listen second and third, Fizzle's writing up now. Now I gave y'all what. That's why I said it's cinematic. I'm gonna set the scene. The second round, he's writing up here now. Right. So now Introverse got to catch up writing wise because he's up here. The third round, he's like, I'm gonna stay up here because you got to catch me here. And that's where Introverse couldn't. But with time, he'll understand that you got to write up to that. Right. Like your best round, you need to have 3 of your round 1 or whatever round. You got to write 3 of those.
All right, so now, to me, felt like the battle of the night. Son versus Rel Lyfe. Mm-hmm. Sonny, round 1, who you got?
I got it 10-9 Son, man. Like, like, that's, to me, like I said, that's Rel Lyfe's best round to me. Everything that he had detailed to rap to Son about was in that round. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk about everything I got, and you going to hear it. And he crafted it well. Like, I'm not going to take that from writing-wise. He had enough. He had the humor in it. He had the bars in it. He had a well-crafted Rel Lyfe first round. And he set for what he wanted to talk to Son about.
Okay.
Son did the brilliance of counter-writing. Everything you're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about it too, but I'm going to beat you to the punch at everything. So I'm going to negate everything that you say. The Uber driver line, it's over. The round's over from there. Yeah. Because I've addressed the biggest thing you got to talk to me about. And he put it masterfully. Like, deliver a body, that was clever.
That was my
like, even I reacted. I don't react to nothing.
I
don't react.
I'm gonna let
And
y'all
I
get
react.
your
I was like-
scores out, and I'm gonna talk about that particular scheme in detail.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
Henny.
and
And I know
Yeah.
what you're gonna say too. I had it 10-9 Son, and it was literally like after he said that Uber line, like I was just saying a second ago. Like, bro, it was like another minute of material where after that line he was.
Didn't miss after that.
And this was, to me, that wasn't Rel's best round, but that was a good round from Rel. It was just more so like once Son caught the spark, it didn't matter, dog.
Yeah.
It just did not
Like,
matter.
it
He was
was live. It was over.
just punishing that man in the first.
Yeah.
After like he got to that line, it was almost like he was waiting for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wrote with intent.
Yeah,
He
he
wrote
really
with
did.
intent. It's
He
intent.
really did.
It's intent in that material.
One thing I'm gonna say about, and I'm not gonna say about both of them because to me I think it was just this particular battle. It was a lot of stuff that went missed or didn't have the reaction that it should have. I don't know if it was their delivery or the crowd just weren't warmed up all the way, but it was definitely some big misses in there. And one of them was, and granted, I had some with it too. I definitely had some in that round. But Rel's run of the Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler movies
Oh, yeah, that
was
was crazy.
fucking
Insane.
ridiculous.
That was
crazy.
That
from a writer
shit
perspective, that was
nuts. And the thing is, it's one of those, and it gets into writing too, because it's like, if you don't know the movies, you'll miss it. If you don't know the people, if you don't hear it right, you'll miss it. But that one, I think, was one that went missed. And then Son's joint, one of his opening lines, he was like, "You built like a vampire, so you've been ducking the sun."
you been ducking something.
That line right there did not get the reaction that it should have, because that shit was crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, it went like when he said, I won't miss life. I'm suicidal." Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my
And it's
fucking
just,
gosh,
it's
that
a
was
bar, and
crazy.
it may be his delivery, because it's some of them.
That
maybe
hit, that was a slow burn hit.
You know what?
That one
He
hit,
looks like Will
And
I
it was
Am,
a
that's
one-liner.
yeah.
He looks like Will I Am, so it throws you off, man. He really does, yo. He looks like Will I Am. So,
I hate you, bro.
alright, I'm over here.
So bad.
So we
Son versus Son next.
So we talked about that Uber driver, and it was referred to as a line when it was really an entire scheme.
Yeah,
Word.
And
that
like,
thing built up.
the deliver a body, mind you, the deliver a body, that line might have been the line of the night.
Yeah.
The deliver a
Yeah.
body of all the battles
That was a
all
clever
night.
Uber bar.
And I mean,
That was a bar.
I saw after the event, I saw that line being
Resonate.
reposted
Yeah.
in people's stories
It resonated.
from the
Yes.
building. I saw somebody showing their face, listening to the line being repeated,
Yeah.
and posting that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
That was the line.
that's an impactful. But then he followed it up. But if you look at the framework of that scheme, what was so genius about it is it wasn't just a scheme based around Uber driving, right? So there's
It
a
was
realism aspect of I'm really an
Yeah,
Uber
yeah,
driver.
and that's what.
There's that, right?
Exactly.
That's the basis. That's what makes it
That's
so
the
strong.
counterweight.
Yeah.
That's the
I
counterweight.
am really an Uber driver,
Right.
And that means I'm everything that you just said that I am. Meaning I'm not the street guy.
I'm an Uber driver.
I'm an Uber driver
I'm an
Yeah.
Uber driver.
in battle rap, right?
Yeah.
Boom, there's that. So he's like, but he the setup for that was something
crazy.
you said to me. He said,
Exactly.
you said my delivery stops me. You said I can rap, but my delivery stops me. This is what Rel said to him in the face-off.
In the face-off.
We all, it's documented.
Right.
Right? So he's like, you said that I can rap, but my delivery stops me. He said, yo, look at my,
I'm
I'm
an
a
Uber
1.99.
driver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, if I know how to do anything, it's deliver a body.
And then he
said, then he
continued.
continues on to say,
Every
You
minute
took-
you gonna pay for this.
Yeah,
you took
every
your
minute.
time.
That's-
He said, you took your time to come outside, meaning I've been trying to get you to battle.
Exactly.
Right.
The same thing you just said in your round. You just said,
Counter right.
oh, I mean,
Counter right.
that's,
Counter
no.
right.
He said, no, the it was like a distance line. He said, you sent me on a journey or something like
Right.
that.
Oh, your
That's
final destination was
already
set
set
before I
when
even
you
took the trip.
Before I took the trip, but meaning Rel told him, yo, you gotta battle that person. You gotta beat this person. If you beat that person,
And you'll get
and then you'll get it. And he said, so you thought I needed directions.
Yes.
You thought that's what he said. You thought I needed directions?
But no, he said the final destination.
He said, no, your final destination was set before I took the trip.
Which I also love, because how many people died at final destination?
Every minute you gonna pay for this. Come on, yo, like
I am real, like that's what he's saying.
Framework of that
was crazy.
Crazy.
But it was crazy because he had an Uber line before that, because he said
Yep,
something
the
before
Uber
about
XL.
7 people. He let some
That's
Uber
right.
XL.
7 is
Like,
Uber
he
that was a whole goddamn
he
thing,
walked
bro.
that down.
So it's like, yo, that was one of those situations where when they talk about gentlemen's 30s, not to say this battle was a gentleman's 30s, what I'm saying is when people say like, that happens when you performed at your, like you really did well and somebody still beat you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in that round, that was a gentleman's round for Son. Meaning like, yo, Rel's first was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But I got
ain't no beating. It wasn't no beating that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In response to your round, there was no beating.
Rel had the tweaking, boy. He had the if I talk to the dead, it's because I seen the corpse.
That
Anybody
was one
can
of my
get
favorite
cheated on like Neil, and then he just kept going.
He had
Have you
video
tied
game
up like
run too.
Have you tied up like an even score? Ice Tommy and them bum ass niggas at the convenience store.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That's my favorite movie. So I was like, yo, like Rel was really cooking. But it was like he flipped Son's switch.
Yeah.
He
absolutely.
flipped that nigga switch. Son already had the material, but he flipped his switch in terms of performance. Again, to me, this card was the night of level ups for niggas.
Yeah.
For sure.
Honestly.
For sure.
And one of my favorite ones that Son did too, and to me, it was accurate as fuck. His Justice of the Peace joint.
That was hard.
That one was crazy. And the thing was, for me, the best part was that it was realistic.
Yeah.
And it showed in Rel's third round, because Rel's third round was trash.
We gonna get there.
He had a few pieces that were good, and most of
it.
it was trash. And he said, he was like, yeah, just like you, only just a piece is any good. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, we gonna get there.
That was fucked up, because just a piece of his shit. And that,
Yeah.
he walked that whole round down. Keep this round going. Son versus Rel Lyfe round 2. Henny, who you got?
I had this round 10-9 Rel Lyfe. To me, that was Rel's best round.
Okay.
He started off sweatsuit, 5-point Uber ratings. That shit ain't paying off. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a good one.
That was crazy. And then how he went into like fucking his name up pretty much.
Oh,
and
the Barry
doing
run.
all the not even the Barry run, all the T.
Oh, the T.
Niggas wasn't reacting to that. The Taiwan would have said I won, just tenacity in that city. Like he was really breaking that shit down. He was showing his pen in that round. Even with the run back, like I
think me and Sonny on the same page.
No, finish. Do that shit, man.
I know what you're
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you why I like it. I like it because that's him just honestly just sticking to a certain point of battle rap that may be like dated to niggas, but he just appreciate
it. It ain't dated. It's not dated, and I hate to step in already,
you
but
good.
I don't want to lose this point.
You good?
What I think, but I'm gonna give you the good and the bad of the situation.
That's what I was trying to do. So you probably gonna say what I'm feeling.
The bad is it's a reach. It's a reach. Tenacity. In that city,
okay. Because he's relying on
reaches, right?
He's relying on his accent too. So I feel
reaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing about that though. Rel has branded that style of writing.
Right.
He does this, and it works.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like there are MCs that have been able to do that, and I think if you follow Rel, you buy into that,
yeah,
and you're cool with it.
Yeah,
I understand where Sonny's about to go.
I want to see me and him on the same page.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
I'm not a fan of that.
Hold on. So when you say that, which part are you talking about?
Like, okay, Rel does this thing where he takes one word and he breaks that word down and breaks it down again and breaks it down again and breaks it down again and try to make as many bars off of one word to try to make different lines. The pitiful. Right. Okay, we get it. But
right.
you cannot sacrifice your words and the lines don't follow with intensity behind them. because now you're sacrificing your bars to make this word stretch to make another turn. So now you're sacrificing your material. So instead of you taking those bars and making those more impactful, you're just trying to show us how many times you can rhyme tenacity and break it down. I think that's lazy writing. It's lazy.
So
It's lazy writing because you're relying on, as long as the ending rhymes, you good to go. You can say whatever you want as long as tenacity and something with tenacity and something with tenacity and something with tenacity is in there. You are
So-
I feel you. So hold on, wait, real quick.
and the wind was out of his sails. He needed that rebuttal because his body language was all
I feel
second.
you. I feel you. On
And
that.
nobody noticed that.
Great
But if you could tell, he chuckled and some more. He was like, yo, oh shit.
Right,
I'm in a
right.
fight right now.
Right.
I'm in a fight. And I'm not prepared.
Right.
I'm not prepared for this.
But the points that I take away from Son in that round, funny you said this earlier. I think Son took that round off. Because when I look at Son's round, like as far as his material, he didn't have garbage material, but it was a point in that round where he did a lot of random punching until he
With
did
the gun bars.
Right. Again, going back to Son, life knocks you down, just shoot the nigga. You testing me.
That was one of my favorites.
That was fire.
Hey, that's how he opened it. That's how he started the round.
Hold on. But then he said, urine testing me. Urine bars, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And you know what? One of the things, because I'm going to go back a little bit too. But
No, I'm saying it like
my
I
thing
like
with that
it.
too is Son also had a joint that got missed. That Romeo and Juliet bar.
I don't even remember what
Yeah.
it
The what was it? Something about poison inside Juliet. A lot of niggas missed that one.
That's hard.
And realistically, a lot of niggas
Right.
missed that one.
Right.
So that was like, okay. But, and going back to Rel real quick, because one of the things with Rel, when y'all talked about that whole thing, was he did that run with, he like, oh yeah, he spelled his name, Son with a T, and did that whole thing. You did that whole run and then went back and explained it.
Okay.
That took up so much time. So to me, I'm on the same page.
you're
That's
so
lazy
my
writing.
You're so my intelligence with lazy writing.
I feel
Yeah,
you.
and it's
got
not.
faith.
You're telling me you can only come up with 3 things to talk about. So
Right.
now you have to say
Man,
this
listen,
one
man.
thing 4
Listen,
times
man.
to make sure that you have
I
enough space
feel
to
y'all.
fill
It's
it.
rappers
I
in the
feel
crowd,
y'all.
bro.
I feel y'all.
It's
But I
rappers in the
think-
crowd, bro. You playing with niggas.
I think if
You
you
know
really
what?
have
I feel
enough,
that.
I
if
feel
you
that.
really
You're
have
not
enough,
dumb.
and if you're really
I
that
feel that.
intelligent and you're that good, you don't have to over-explain yourself that much.
I feel you.
But I think
I still think
here's
he
what
was
I'm saying
strong
about
with
the
it.
particular run back. There was a particular run back, and I don't know if we're all speaking of the same one, but there was one where it was like, when you hearing him rap it, it was the fact that it was slightly hidden that made it fire. And what happens is when you explain it and you pull the covering off of it,
Yeah, it makes sense.
it's okay.
You doing
Well,
it.
yeah.
You doing
well,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that will take the wind out of the sail.
Exactly.
Right.
Because how much
You're
time
right.
did that take?
Right.
And it ain't
And
even
now
the
you
time.
got
It ain't
this-
even the time. You
Sacrificing.
took
To
the
the stage.
nuance off of it.
Ex-
So here's the thing about bars. One of the things that's hard to explain about bars are not an actual technical thing. Metaphors are a technical thing. Punchlines are a technical thing. Multi-syllables, all of these different devices
Right.
are devices.
Right.
These are the things that we use to make a bar.
Right.
A bar, however, does not require any of those particular things. All it requires is for it to hit a specific spot that says, oh, that was clever. So there's
So
a
not
fine
much.
balance in what you're doing that requires nuance.
Right.
And that nuance, and then what makes the reactor or the audience react to it is that they caught it.
Right.
It makes it special for them,
Right.
meaning that my mental connected with your mental, and
Exactly.
you,
Got something.
we got
Right.
something. Oh,
Right.
boom.
And then you
And
can
some-
pick
but
up
the
and smoke
moment-
run throughout the
The
crowd. 'Cause one
moment
person will
you
get it.
now take the covering off of this,
Ta-da.
you remove the nuance. It's like
Right.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you cut somebody. It's like the magician trick. You cut somebody
It's like
in half. I know
You ain't
that
cut
you
her
didn't
in
really
half.
cut them in half, but
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy. Look,
Right.
they in half though. They are in half. And then you tell me, well, really it's because if you put this in and then
and you like right here.
Oh,
her legs are on the inside. As soon as I cut down, she put her legs up. She was comfortable. She really admitted her name was Tony.
And not to harp on it. You know what I'm saying? Not to harp on it. We don't want. We're not here to beat up anybody.
No.
It's just that is the reasoning for why when someone keeps saying don't do that, it's important not to do it. Yeah. Now Rel used to do that a lot early in his battles, and then he found this middle space where he wasn't doing it as much, but when he did it, it hit. But it's hard to tell somebody when that's a special thing too, right there. That's a special thing too, and I think this was just one of those times where this went back to the original Rel that didn't have the art to it. There's an art to anything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Because there's this thing where people do the bar where they don't say the bar. They don't say the last end part. They let it finish it in their mind, right? Some people do that too much. I've thought that Habib does that too much sometimes. I feel like, but he's learned to master that as well, where he doesn't overdo it, and when he does
not accentuate
it hits, right?
Not accentuated,
right?
Because now once a nigga learn a button on the control, it's a spam button.
Yeah.
So it's like it's once you got something that you can spam, you gonna spam it.
Like once you learn how to do it, nigga, you doing it.
Yeah. Once you learn how to do one fatality or more to come back, you gonna keep doing that shit.
So round 3, Rel Lyfe versus Sonny. I'm gonna keep mine to the end. How did y'all score this?
I had this round 10-9 Son. That's the round where I felt Son encapsulated everything he needed to say to Rel Lyfe. And everything that he really wanted to accentuate from round 1 and round 2 was in round 3. He proved I'm here to rap. I'm here to rap. We know how the face-off went. We know how everything led up to this battle. So this was a situation for Son to finally encapsulate the fact that I'm leaving everything on the floor I got. Win, lose, or draw. This is game 7 for me.
Yep.
So I'm going to play it that way. And you can tell in body language, to me, Rel Lyfe was like, I might lost this. And then his third was horrible. The third was horrible. The 4 filling the word stuff. Chilla Jones tried that on the big stage, and you know what they did? They booed him for it. Remember the Christopher Wallace and all that? He put that was against DNA. Go do your researches. He tried the same thing, fill in the blank here, and it cost him a whole round. And literally, Rel Lyfe did the same thing. That is a no-no. That's a no-no. Because you were already in an uphill fight. If you didn't notice by round 1, you were in a battle, my brother. You were in a battle. And he's not taking a round off. Son did not take a round off. It was a round 1 every round. I got something every round because he had a point to prove. And I feel like that permeated through his material, his presentation, and that gave him the third pretty clear to me.
Okay. Henny?
I can't say that any better. But to get into specifics, for me it was even after he got through the filling the word joint, he only had a couple of lines that really hit for me. I had the nigga, but the motherfucker kept grabbing me. That was dope to me. That was fly. And then something again, I feel like this battle I was catching shit that nobody else catching. It's like I'm the man 50 times just to get it through. That was hard to me. That was sneaky. And to me, that's the Rel at its peak that we really talk about. You know what I'm saying? And then, I felt like he was starting to get to it, but again, you fucked your round up so bad. We was like, nigga, I should Hawk 2 spin on you. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's charisma, personality. I fuck with it. But then after that, the round was over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But whereas Son, it was like, I'm back again. Yeah,
round 3.
Son was like this by the third. He was like, hey, remember me? That's what it was.
Hey, bro, remember that one? I got you. Remember?
Hey, Son opened with that identical twins line.
Yeah. And then I told Son personally, I was like, yo, your Teen Titan scheme, I ain't like it. I didn't like it, the Teen Titan scheme. But it was a line in the Teen Titan scheme that I did, blue half a nigga, cyborg. That was hard. But I didn't need the scheme for him to just say that. Personally. But, you know what I'm saying, so focused in the game, I forgot about real life.
Yeah.
He said this in the third. Feel like I can fight you, Rel. Like the whole you so skinny shit.
Right.
And then Son was showing personality. He was like, yeah, Rossetti, come get your mans. You a hoe, nigga. Like he was talking crazy, bro.
Hey, when he joined, Rossetti turned into a pothead.
It was confident. It was confidence.
He was like,
he was up there. He was confident. He was like, y'all. He said the line was like, y'all treat me like Son wouldn't kill a thing, like a mother who birthed a killer. Like,
so what y'all saying?
Crazy.
Yes.
So what y'all saying is Son went up there and was like, "Oh, you mad because I'm styling on
And
you?"
he had flex.
And the cow is on me.
He's taking
Son went up there
He's taking
and
stole.
fucking flex.
You just think you
Yeah,
stole.
in all the universe, he didn't get stole. Like it kept going.
Like,
we hit the rest of the round.
Like literally, how I looked at that
battle.
battle was Son being like, bitch, what's up?
Yeah.
Then
I got my weight up.
And then Rel being like, nigga, bop, and then Son being like, all right, hold on, I'm sleepy. Remember me? Bow, and just kept going. Like
he definitely,
like he caught one in the second, but Son had one in the first and the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, he out battled him.
Yeah,
and that was the difference.
He out battled him.
And we talking. I know some folks are like, well, I feel like Rel's a better rapper than Son. What people have to remember is that battle rap
is not
about that. Battle rap is who was the better battler
that day,
round for round, and especially when it's judged.
Yeah.
Especially when it's judged. And this is Southpaw. This is where the wins and losses count. This is where your performances count. Your strategy counts. And that's the thing. Like, 90%, 99% of battle leagues not gonna say that. That's not what's happening in battle rap unless it's a tournament. You know what I'm saying? But this is every single battle. If it's 3 rounds, you're gonna have to wear it.
You best be on
your shit. You gotta wear it. The rankings are dropping after this.
Yeah, you best be on your shit.
You gotta wear it. You gotta wear your wins. You gotta wear your losses, whether you agree with them or not. Yeah. And it's no debate. And whether your homie said you won or whatever your echo chamber is that you have, that's gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Not up in here.
People can complain about the judging, but until I hear unanimously any one battle that someone says that the judges completely got wrong, I'm not questioning my judges. Like I'm not questioning and I'm glad we're doing this because you're getting to hear firsthand where their perspective was when they scored the rounds, and it's all making perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not even something that you're gonna be too much disputable when you watch the battle.
I watch every battle as though I watched them at home. Mm-hmm. So every battle is pretty up close and personal for me. So I have a lens that I have to follow because it's gonna come out on footage, but I have to tune my ear to footage mode. So when I'm in the building, I'm in footage mode. I don't care about the reaction.
And you be fucking with the camera, like you really be doing the footage.
Yeah. So I'm in footage mode. So everybody around me, I don't hear. There's people reacting, I can hear them, but I'm tuned into it every word because I have to judge it that way. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to leave it to me. Because I might make the judgment you don't like. Exactly. But trust me, I heard everything you said. Mm-hmm. So now that you have the delineation of the judges, you have to wear it regardless because I heard you. Mm-hmm. So you can't say it's skewed because I'm listening
to you. But you know what that is,
and I have to judge 3 of your rounds versus another 6 rounds.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, it's 9 rounds.
Yeah, but you know what that is though, in the most simplest terms, dog? Motherfuckers is fair, dog. It's just being fair.
That's the only way to be, though.
It's right and wrong. It's good and bad. It's fair, my nigga.
It's as fair as it
can
be.
And the reason why, anybody that I've selected to judge is because I know that they actually appreciate the culture holistically. Mm-hmm. They appreciate the roster and Southpaw holistically and the integrity of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Yeah. And that's the reason why. you know, I'm good with the judges, and I pick judges that have an understanding of what's going on. Typically, they're battle rappers. It can be very difficult because there are battle rappers that have relationships. So I also have to be mindful of that. Originally, when we started this, it wasn't supposed to be nobody judging but me, Nick, and Bravo. And the reason why that was going to be the case was because we're the coalition, and we know I know for a fact none of us ever have a dog in any of the fights. I don't have a dog. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm judging, I don't have a dog. I don't care. And I appreciate every style of battle rap. You'll never hear me say, oh, I like this type of battler more than this type of battler, or I like punches, or I like street dudes, or I like nerds, or I like this. I don't have a preference. All styles are acceptable in kung fu. You know what I'm saying? It's kung fu for me. This is not taekwondo versus judo. This is all the mixed martial arts rolled in one, because and I have to appreciate all styles, and you have to be able to have that distinction and that ear to know what a Fizzle is doing, or what an Introverse is doing, or what a Son is doing, or what a Rel Lyfe is doing.
What a Rossetti is doing.
Or what a Rossetti is doing.
Because he's not as simple as motherfuckers make him out to be.
Oh, no. The nuances that come with angling and all of that, and the way that he does that is the same thing with Sonny. Sonny is an angler as well. I'm an angler. Like, you know, it's those things. There's
certain.
I'm not an angler, but I have angles, but I'm not an angler.
It's a certain way you have to learn to dissect it to make it understandable.
Yeah.
That people have to appreciate with anglers, because it just sounds like I'm talking to you.
Right.
But in actuality, I'm painting a scene to break everything I need to break down.
That's where the word bar comes back.
And that's the bar. I don't have to say like nothing, but I'm gonna make. I'm here. You
ever hear somebody talk or old head say something to you, and it'd be a gem, and you be like, that was a bar. Now there won't no metaphor in it. There won't no none of that. It was just like, oh, that shit. I felt that. That's what a bar is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So people really that I don't even think that's been articulated in that way before. So I mean, I hope people definitely tuned in for this particular sit down, because this sit down was a good one, because I don't think we give that color the word bar that way to where people understand it. You know, I think people are, oh, those are bars, or that's a bar.
Nah.
Now you gotta really understand what this is, and that way you can have a different appreciation for different styles, because bars come about in all sorts of ways, right? And it doesn't have to have any type of particular device attached to it to do that.
Indeed.
Close it out.
All right. So, do we have anything updates for the next Southpaw just yet?
Yeah, we are the Battles at Boombox Volume 4, March 24th, right here at RVA Boombox. Should we give matchups?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes?
This
No?
one is-
No matchups.
You can give him one. You can give him
One.
Make it a good one.
They all good.
What was the... Oh, since we've been talking about Son. So we'll be having the return of Will Young. So it'll be Will Young versus Son.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Young versus Son. I won't tell the rest.
Yeah,
Right
there you
now,
go. There you go. That's perfect.
We got at least 3 more. We might have some, we might have some performances or something, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. That's 24th right here at RP Boombox.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. That's a wrap up on Southpaw's. What number was that?
3. Battles at Boombox Volume 3.
Yeah.
Volume 3. Battles at Boombox. Southpaw. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, Henny. Thank you, Radio B.
Thank you.
For coming through. Shout out to Rock on the camera.
No doubt.
I am your girl, Lady Savage. We out.